Call daddy, tell him 25 got it. Call daddy, tell him 25 got it. Call daddy, tell him 25
What's good, everybody? Happy Monday. Now, let's try this again. Let me know if y'all can hear me. I kind of figured that y'all didn't hear me the last video, and I was almost 5 minutes in because it was telling me that it was nobody in the live. And I can see the people, I can see y'all commenting. But let me know if y'all can hear me. Thank you, S-Lover. Okay. What's good, everybody? Happy Monday. I hope everybody is having a great day today, y'all. My day is going good. It's really going good. I can't complain. I need a haircut. I need a haircut, but I'm trying to hold out. But listen, hopefully everybody's having a good day. My day is going good. Sorry about the little mix up. I had wanted to come down here at the 30-minute mark at the 30-minute of the hour, but I was downstairs making some ground turkey, and I didn't know if I was going to be done in time. And so I tried to move it back to the 45, and then when I went back downstairs, the ground turkey was almost done. I damn near burnt it. And so I had to come back up here and say, well, let me just go into the 35 mark. I came back at the 35, and the StreamYard wasn't even working, okay? But we are here today to talk about the Real Housewives of Atlanta, Season 17, Episode 20, and the name of the episode is called Reunion Part 3, okay? This is the end of of Season 17. Okay, if I had to judge the season, I would give the season a Anna Marie. I would give the season an Anna Marie. And those of y'all that don't know what Anna Marie is, I'll give it an 8.5. I'll give it an 8.5. You know, I thought that the season, it wasn't the best season that we had, but it was okay. It was okay. It was better than last season. I will give it an 8.5. I'll give it an 8.5. Let me know in the chat which I will give it. I will give it an 8.5. It's not a 9. It's not a 10. You know what I'm saying? I will give it an 8.5. Okay? But, you know, I feel like, listen, this part of the reunion I feel like it was better than the second part. It was not a whole bunch of over talking. Okay? What I feel like is happening, I feel like that Kelli is a stereotypical standard broke biatch, and we got to talk about it. Okay, we're going to tell the truth about it. I feel like Kelli make a lot of poor decisions, and we're going to have to talk about that, okay? We're going to talk about Porsha, baby. Porsha was making some power moves on the show, and I don't know if y'all caught them, but I definitely caught them. And she has been doing it, and I have been talking about it on my Hot Topic videos that we do about Bravo, on the Bravo Breakdown. And we're also going to talk about Shamea and how her receipts backfired. Her receipts backfired, baby. And they actually vindicated Porsha. Okay? But before we get started, okay, I'm seeing some numbers in the chat. I'm seeing 8, 7.57, 8. Okay, 7, 7, 8, 8, 8. So we giving 7.5. Now look at Rob J, 7.75. Now how you get a 7.75? 7, 7. Rosie Posey say 8. Yell say 8. 6, 8, 8.5. Okay, let me see. 8, 7, 7. So I'm thinking so if we have to average by everything that I'm seeing in the chat, y'all saying that we're gonna get a season of 7.5. Or as Rob J like to say, 8.25. 8.25. Right? Okay. But before we get started, again, we are here today to talk about the Real Housewives of Atlanta, Season 17, Episode 20. And the name of the episode is called Reunion Part 3. But before we get started, let's see who all in here, and then we're gonna get to talk. And again, I'm sorry, it wasn't me. It wasn't me, like Shaggy say. It was StreamYard. Okay. The Mellow React say 8. Naomi J Vanity say 7. Lady Hannah say 8. She the girl. I'm just being. I know you being messy. Let me see who all up in here. Tony Sutton, what's good? I am the light. Not your twins, mama. Tangle, the informed True Blue. What's good? Not your twins, mama. Pretty Me J. What's good? Tangled, what's good? Bella Sorrentino, the informed. What's good? Mary Jane's baby, Pretty Me J, she fancy. Bella Sorrentino, Tequila Scott, Humbly Direct, what's good? Just Mary, what's good? I'm just Mary, just Mary, just Mary. Cancer, quote, 622, what's good? S Level, what's good? Rob J, True Blue 8850, K Golden, what's good? George, what's good? Charlie, what's good? Ray J, what's good? Tanisi J, Dina, what's good? London Richard, Chelsea B, Simone Joseph, what's good? Keisha Weird, what's good? Ruthie, what's good, Ruthie? J Eats, Aries Divas, Miss C, what's good? Dash 88, okay? What's good, y'all? So again, y'all, we are here to, if it wasn't for Undone, I would have gave it a 9. Baby, Undone got, and if y'all seen the Peacock version, baby, when I tell y'all that they stumped all over Undone, they stumped all over Undone. My schedule has changed, so I'm watching the episode. When I watch the episode, what's good, big sis? So when I'm watching the episode early in the morning. I can't catch the episode at nighttime because I be asleep by the time the episode comes on. And so I watched the episode as soon as I get out the shower or whatever, and I'm getting ready for the gym or whatever, and I saw it. And so when I was taking notes, I ended up watching the Peacock version, and they really gave it to Undone. They really gave it to Undone, okay? But again, before we get, again, let me say again, we're here to review part 3 of the reunion. This is the last episode of season 17. Now, did y'all notice that this season for Real Housewives of Atlanta, now they started with Atlanta because we did get it on Potomac and we got it with Beverly Hills. We didn't get no after show. We didn't get an after show. And we got an after show for, I believe we got one for Salt Lake City. I didn't watch it. We got an after show for Potomac. We got an after show for Beverly Hills. And we got an after show for, yeah, we got an episode, an after show for everybody, except for the Real House of Atlanta. And I do feel like that it's good that we don't get an after show anymore too, because in my opinion, I feel like it's kind of counterproductive, right? Because you got the girls saying what happened in the scene on the after show, and then they don't got nothing for the reunion, or they clearing stuff up on the after show. And you know, if we're doing that on the after show, there's no need for the reunion, because when you're doing the after show, sometimes it's 2 or 3 girls sitting in the after show together, unless you're the queen. Be like Kyle, you sit by yourself, right? And so I don't know, but again, I am happy that they don't have the after show anymore, because I feel like it's too much to like try to watch. In my opinion, it's too much. You're trying to watch the tweets. You got to watch the stuff for the next episode. Then you got an after show. It's too much to watch. Okay? But I did like this part of the reunion, if I'm being honest with you. It seemed like Andy wasn't worried about the women individually in their packages and making sure everybody got a package. Because I don't remember. I think that from what I remember, it didn't seem like that he was concentrating on the women's packages. He was concentrating on like certain things that happened with the women, right? He had already, I feel like that he didn't really give us more of Shamea's package. He was just saying that Shamea was messy and nobody liked her. That's what I got. Okay? But they started with K. Michelle, because we already had a package from K. Michelle, but they were trying to talk about K. Michelle and what was going on. Okay? And I want to know if y'all paid attention to, I love that we see the packages, because sometimes you forget what happened. And what I seen when they showed K. Michelle package with the who said that and everything that was going on, there is a difference in the way that K. Michelle carried on with Shamea and Drew and how she carried on with Porsha. You get what I'm saying? When she was over there getting into it with Drew and Shamea, it's time to get buck wild. You remember buck wild? It's very time to get buck wild. But when she with Porsha, she crying. She don't want to say Porsha's name. You know, she's very, very calm in her delivery with Porsha. You get what I'm saying? Put a 2 in the chat if you paid attention. There is a difference in the way that K. Michelle behaves when she's talking to Drew and Shamea and when she's behaving with Porsha. Yes, there is. Okay? Andy asks, was K. Michelle a confessional gangster? Yes, she was a confessional gangster. She definitely was a confessional gangster. K. Michelle gives a different energy in the confessional than she does in person. That is a confessional gangster. Okay? Hold on. I got it. Let me get hydrated. So what y'all saying is that K. Michelle is giving Punk puss. That's what I'm seeing with the 2s in the chat. Y'all agree with me that K. Michelle is giving Punk puss in person? Yes, she is. Okay? So they got to talking about the plot. Okay? She said when it came to, thank you for the super chat, Jerry. He said, this Drew, get your kids Sidora have a package. I think they gave her a package on the first episode. I forget, okay? But they get to talking about the plot. And she said it was Black. She don't know him. She checked her DM and he was talking to himself. He was not talking to himself, baby. He was not talking to himself. He was talking with you. He was talking to you. Because you was replying, nice to see you the other day and all that other type of stuff. He wasn't talking to himself. And this is the thing. I feel like with Andy, don't be holding the girls accountable. I feel like Andy don't want to be holding himself accountable, baby. If you responded to the DM, baby, if you sent one message to him, Scorpio's angel, just because, baby, it might be you, baby. Good boy, what is going on with your life? It might be you. Do you ever think that, let me tell you something. Do you ever think that it could just be you, baby? Do you ever think that it could be you? Why it gotta be me? It gotta be you. It might be you, baby, because ain't nobody else complaining. Y'all kill me with that. Y'all love it. I love it. Y'all, oh, I can't hear. Baby, wait a minute. You say, bitch, your mama's at home, baby. I think that you're talking about your mama. Yeah. It gotta be you. Okay? But to be honest with you, Angel, I think that the StreamYard was messing up earlier, so it may be StreamYard. Okay? She said that before the season started, she said that it was a rumor going around that she and Drew were both dating the same man, and their man was Black. Okay? Drew said that she never said anything about K. Michelle. That, she tried to say, girl, you married, so I never said anything. I call bullshit. I really believe, I believe that they was going to make that a storyline. And I believe that Porsha was in on it. If you asking me about the plot of them trying to make something out of Drew, that is Drew's MO. That's Drew's MO. Shout out to Busy Blue. She did the same thing with LaToya the first season, and the pastor that was around there. She did it with Kenya last season, and she did it with Dennis, right? And I don't blame her for the Dennis one, right? And then she's doing it now with Drew. That is her MO. That's what she like to do. Is put two people, and you know what I'm saying? Say that somebody's dating somebody else. Drew definitely was doing that for a storyline because she didn't really let us into what was going on in her real world over there with Real. Right? There also wasn't one for the Valley. Oh, it wasn't an after show. Well, do the Valley have an after show? I never watched the Valley before. Feel Good was good. She said, how can Michelle don't know Black, but they did a play together? K. Michelle is a liar. They spoke in the DMs. The voices in her head be confusing. Feel Good, you telling me that Black is an actor too? The $9 million PayPal man is an actor as well? Jesus. J.E., thank you for the super chat. She said, good boy, did your Peacock version show Shamesi's respond to Porsha at the BET Awards person? I hope Shamea doesn't get away with not answering. No, they didn't show us that. Give me 1 second, y'all. Give me 1 second. Let me go. Listen, I got the ground turkey on the stove. Let me go and take it off the stove real quick because I don't want it to spoil. Give me 1 second. Shit. Oh, Jesus. Baby, it's you. Okay, I'm back. We in this thing. Now y'all got my undivided attention. I had to let my alarm let me know to take the ground turkey out the stove because it's spoiled real quick. Okay? So then they get to talking about Sardine Gate. K. Michelle said that she felt like that her funk box was going to be discussed. Okay? She said that somebody told her that they was going to somebody told her that the girls was going to bring it up. Okay? She said that somebody told her that the girls was going to bring up the smell of her puss. That's what she said. that they was going to bring up the smell of her puss. She said that somebody affiliated with the lady said that they was going to bring it up. Okay? Andy asked the women, were they going to bring it up? The women said no. Drew said that she didn't even know about it. And then Kelly said, well, it's not foreign for the ladies to dig up stuff. It's not foreign for the ladies to dig up stuff. Shut the fuck up, Kelly. You know, this is the thing that kills me with, now, do I think that they was going to bring up the puss? I believe it was that. I believe it was, what's the boy name over there from Hollywood a lot? The man that killed the queen. I believe it was Big Jason Lee. I believe that Big Jason Lee told him, you know, they're going to talk about your puss. You know what I'm saying? You know they're going to bring up the funk box. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what the girls do. It's for me, I feel like this over here with Kelly saying, well, it's not foreign for the ladies to dig up stuff. This is the energy that was in K. Michelle's ear when she was overthinking. You have a friend and be like, do you think they was gonna bring this up? And you got people like Kelly in her ear, well, you know they dig stuff up, girl. You don't know what they would have said. You don't know what they would have did. You remember how Porsha was asking Phaedra, you really think they would have did that to me? She said, girl, I don't know what I would have did if something would have happened to you, right? But this is the energy that K. Michelle got in her ear. This is the energy that she got in her ear. It's not foreign for it. It's not foreign for it. But Gabor, it's true they dig up shit all the time. But baby, we didn't have to dig up her funk box. They didn't have to dig it up, baby. It was all over the web. It was all over the web. But it seems like that Kelly and Shamea wants the ladies to be guilty of stuff. They want them to be guilty. Okay? Angela said that she relates to Kay. She said that, you know, by trying to make it seem like it's true and trying to figure it out, you get what I'm saying? K. Michelle said that she should let it play out. K. Michelle, you should have let it play out. And I believe that people are giving you, to me, K. Michelle, at that time, and it changed, but at that time, ain't no way you could tell me that you didn't, that, you know what I'm saying, that you was over there smelling like, you know, sardines. The fact that there is no way, you would have had to, there was no way I would have brought that rumor from VH1 all the way over here to Bravo. There's no way. I want to hear Kyle and Crystal on the telephone when they talk about the show, baby. They got a new country singer they call her Puddin', but she had a BBL. Yes, guys, she had a BBL, and you know her BBL broke. Yes, it busted. It busted. She was at the Country Music Awards, and it busted and leaked all over her couch. And guess what? They said that her box smelled like sardines. Hey, Michelle, mama, you deserve that front seat because you gave us a lot. You gave us a lot, and the thing about it, baby, right, S11, baby, she leaking and smelling. She leaking and smelling, baby. You gave us a lot. You gave us a lot. You gave us a lot. You deserve that front seat, and the girls put but you know what? K. Michelle gives a new definition to it. I'm gonna spill my own tea. Right? I know what the dog say. Don't let nobody spray your own tea, baby. Don't let nobody spray your own tea. But K. Michelle, I don't think shout out to fucking Anita. I don't think that he meant this, baby. I don't think that he meant that, baby. That girl say, baby, listen, my box stank. They said that the box stank, and not only was it stinking, she said I got 5 or 6 sets. I had about 5 different boxes since then. Yeah. Thank you for the super chat, Jerry. He said they didn't have to dig it. The stint was waiting for you at the door. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. Porsha said that she heard Shamea say, I'm not like the other girls in the group who think that she's a liar and think she's crazy and the world hates her. And Shamea said that she didn't say that. I remember Shamea saying that in the season when they was in Dallas. Okay. Andy ended up asking about Drew and K. Michelle. Where do they go? K. Michelle said that she knows that Drew knows how to get under her skin, but she really wants Drew to come out on top of everything that's going on with her and her family. Drew said that she wanted to see K. Michelle communicate and thrive in this group. Okay, so then we get to talking to Undone. They ended up asking some questions to Undone. They asked Undone, was she? It was a viewer that wrote in and asked Undone, was she a rebound BFF to Shamea, right? Since Porsha and Shamea aren't friends anymore, okay? Undone says that she's not a rebound. She's not a rebound. They built a true relationship, and she can truly call on and count on her. Yes, you can. That's why you moved into her house.
Broke bitch.
You broke bitch. You can truly count on her. Count on, count on, count on, count on, count on. You can count on me, right? You counted on her, baby. Because when you was down and out, baby, you had to go, count on. You can truly call her and count on her, baby. You went and moved into her house. You went and moved into her home. Okay? They ended up asking, a viewer ended up asking, if freaking frack is whack, why did you ask Phaedra to help you fight your ex-husband in court? Kelly said, I didn't ask Phaedra, she offered. And Andy said, well, why accept it? Why accept it? Kelly said, I want to make it clear. I paid Phaedra's team $10,000. So in regards to everyone saying that she got it for free. Angela said, it sounds like a discount. But Phaedra said, well, the billable hour was well over $60,000. Kelly said, well, whatever the case may be, $10,000 was paid to her company, whether they was billable or not. And this is why I say that Kelly is a stereotypical standard broke bitch, right? Because, and to me, she just comes off like a dummy, right? And this is why I say that she makes poor decisions and she's ungrateful, right? Kelly should have just kept the $10,000 because at the end of the day, it was nothing more than a tip. It was nothing more than a tip. She's presenting this like she paid for some services when she didn't. That was nothing more than a tip, baby. It would be different or came off as different if she asked Phaedra how much was the services. But she didn't ask Phaedra how much the services was because she didn't care. Right? Right? She didn't care how much the services was because she didn't care. She gave Phaedra $10,000 just to say that she gave her something because she knew how bad it looked. Right? She knew how bad it looked. And another question, when did she give her the $10,000? Because I can guarantee you it was after the season aired. Right? So when Kelly says that she paid Phaedra's team $10,000, you didn't pay them $10,000, baby. You tipped her team $10,000. You tipped her team $10,000. You didn't even ask to see the invoice. You didn't even ask to see the invoice. You didn't even ask to see the invoice.
You broke bitch.
You broke bitch. Okay? Kelly, this is what makes her the stereotypical broke bitch. Kelly said it wasn't that much work they needed to do. My attorney, my real attorney that I paid $250,000 to had already done a lot of work. So they just basically took what they had going on. She bought up the $250,000 to say I could have paid the $60 if I needed to, but you didn't though. But you couldn't, baby. And you didn't. You paid that woman $250,000 for other shit. Right? And if it wasn't that work that needed to be done, baby, then you shouldn't have accepted the favor. Because she offered you. She offered you. And you took it. If it wasn't that much work that needed done, you should have continued to pay your old attorneys. But you didn't. And if you paid your old attorneys over $250,000 and it wasn't just for the kids to be filming on the show, because she was talking about paying that last year, right? The kids is on the show. That's what I'm saying. Kelly is not the standard. She's fake. She's fraud. She's phony. You were saying last year on the show that you had paid your attorney $250,000 and your kids, your beautiful girls,
No, they're not.
appeared on the show last year. And you was already talking about paying them $250,000. But this year, you're still trying to use that $250,000 and they wasn't able to film this year. You get what I'm saying? So it's not the same thing. It's not computing. It's not computing. Okay? But you running around here like a charity case, getting everything for free, crying with a loaf of bread under your arms, and at the end of the day, it only benefited. These are your poor decisions. Your poor decisions only benefited Shamea and Phaedra. It made them look good. Not you. Not you.
You broke bitch.
You broke bitch. You broke bitch. It made them look good. Now, you made poor decisions. You was running around here with a loaf of bread under your arms, crying, and They played you. And this is what I be saying about ungrateful bitches. This is what I be saying about ungrateful people. You know what I'm saying? Because now, since it's already done, right? Have y'all ever lent somebody some money and then you ask for your money back? They all of a sudden come that funky ass $200, but it was the $200 you needed. It was the $200 you needed. I mean, she wanted the case, but she didn't really do too much. I mean, my old attorneys had already did it. I mean, she didn't really do too much, right? She didn't really do too much. And then all of a sudden, she didn't really do too much because your old attorneys had it. But if your old attorneys had it, you should have let them see it through. You should have let them see it through. You should have kept on paying your old attorneys. But to our knowledge, there wasn't any win with your old attorneys. I mean, yeah, you got divorced, but there wasn't any real win with your old attorneys. He went to jail last time and he went to jail this time because he was in there acting a fool. But this time when Phaedra got on him, he was not able to leave the jailhouse until he paid you $30,000 for child support. And that probably was the $10,000 that you gave Phaedra. Your ex-husband was only going to jail before because he was a hot mess. Okay? And check this out. Kelli did all that. And even at the closing of her package for the season, Bravo still didn't even show her filming with her so-called beautiful daughter.
Loser!
Loser! Loser! Bravo didn't even wrap your story up with a bow. They didn't even wrap your story up with a bow. They could have showed you over there at Shamea's house. They could have showed you over there at Shamea's house with your daughters and stuff. You know what I'm saying? They could have showed you over there feeding them. They could have showed you over there reading books to them. They should have showed you over there greasing their scabs or something like that or whatever, and just saying, you know what I'm saying? Oh, this is all that matters to me. I wanted my girls to feel special. I want them to feel cute.
No, they're not.
I wanted them to feel important. But Bravo didn't even wrap it up with a bow. Bravo didn't even wrap it up with a bow. Bravo said, shit, girl, you know, whatever. We heard that Phaedra won the case and they still wouldn't film the girls. We seen that Phaedra won the case for you to film with the girls and we still didn't see the girls. And if you ask me, I'm just being honest with you, I would prefer it that way. I would prefer it that way. I wouldn't mind, listen, I don't mind if they never got on my TV again.
Yes.
No shade. I'm just saying. I wouldn't mind if I never seen them again. You know what I'm saying? It was a okay. Phaedra said that she was hurt that Kelli said that freaking Frack was back because she's been nice to her and she always picks up the phone when she calls. Okay? Phaedra, I call bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that you heard. Because my thing is, girl, you also co-signed what Porsha said about her sleeping with your married client, right? And so you can't have it both ways.
I'm sorry. I have to be honest about it.
I gotta be honest about it, baby. You can't be talking shit about Kelli and not expect Kelli to say shit back. I'm just being honest, baby. You can't be talking about Undone and expect her not to say anything back, which is why I say that Kelli make poor decisions, right? Kelli should not have accepted Phaedra's services because Phaedra wasn't doing it out the kindness of her heart. Phaedra was doing it to look good on camera. She was doing it to look good on the show, and she did it as a power play for Kelli to submit. Right? Phaedra knew that Kelli was having money problems, and so she told her that she would do it for free. So no matter what Phaedra does to Undone, right? Undone, she expected Undone not to say anything back. Those are poor decisions. She wanted you to be embedded to her. The same way that Shamea is over here, Shamea let you move into this house. Right, Desiree? God bless the child that has his own. God bless the child that has his own.
Message.
Thank you for the super chat, The Chosen One. She said, can Shamea count on Undone, though? I don't know. I don't know. The chosen one. We'll see next season if Undone will probably be holding the embryo for her. Okay. Blue Texas, thank you for the super chat. She said Kelly burned the bridge for no reason, but she's MVP. MVP of what? Poverty? The P must stand for poverty. The Informed, thank you for the super chat. She said they could have filmed them helping her cook chicken. You know, them some great big old girls over there, baby. They don't need to help her doing anything. I'm pretty sure they can cook it from scratch. Yeah, goddamn, them girls over there, like they could go out there, catch the chicken, cut the chicken, baby, take the fur, whatever they got on the chicken, baby, and baby, they could debone the chicken and everything, baby. Baby, you can put them in the field. They can take they can go and get the chicken from scratch and baby have you a full meal in 2 hours. I give it. Okay. They ended up asking Shamea about rum bun. Ain't that what it's called? Rum bun? Okay. She said that she tried to get a deal done and she didn't hear nothing from the people for crickets. Okay. She said it was a family-owned company and the father doesn't want to release it. Okay. He's not that type of father. Okay. Shamea, that man didn't want his brand associated with that bullshit that you're talking about. That man didn't want his brand associated with that bullshit that you over there talking about. What Shamea thought was because she had money that she was able to buy her way into that man's company, and that man said no. The man said no. Yeah, baby, they can take the kid. Them girls over there can take the chicken from the farm to the table. Yes, they can. Yes, they can. Yes, they can. Okay. Andy ended up talking to Undone. Okay. He said your second location closed quickly after the grand opening. Did you bite off more than you can chew? Okay. It sounds like that's a theme in her household. Okay. She said it was unfortunate. She wanted it to work. That was her third location, but her first time having to close a location because it do well. As you said, it was hurtful and it was very hard. Now, I will say this, Undone, baby, that was really, really quick. I ain't never seen nothing close that quick. It didn't even seem like the Hub restaurant was up for 3 months. It didn't even seem like it was up for 3 months. And the truth of the matter is, can we be honest? Let's just talk and tell the truth. You know I'm honest, and I'm gonna be honest, okay? The truth of the matter is, Kelly she just was not in a position financially to open another restaurant because she was already having money problems, right? I think that Kelly got on this show wanting to seem like a boss, and she played with the idea of opening up another location. And because she said it on camera, there was pressure for her to see it through, and it blew up in her face, right? The same thing that Angela did. Angela lost $2 million because she wanted to come off on this show looking like a boss, which is why I say that Undone shouldn't have anything to say to anybody, because every time she says something to the girls, she is in the worst position, right? Because she talked about Angela with her foreclosures and stuff like that or whatever. But again, Angela lost $2 million, right? We know that Kelly never had $2 million because if she did, she wouldn't, the second location to No Chicken and Waffles wouldn't be closed, and she wouldn't be over there living with Shamea. She wouldn't be over there living with Shamea. So we know that she never had $2 million. Thank you for the super chat, Cutie Country Guy. He said, just a daddy reminder, the undone hobbit is broke. Ha, ha, ha. I know her daughters will be singing Christina Aguilera beautiful. No matter what they say, words can't bring me down, baby. Oh, my God. Pound broke hobbit. No, they can't, baby. Words can't bring you down. Words can't bring you down. Okay? Andy ended up asking Drew why make a social media video highlighting Undone's restaurant closure, okay? Kelly said because she's a loser. Drew said I wanted to support her, but I couldn't. I wanted to support her, but I couldn't. She said I never had an issue with her. She barks and says that I didn't buy anything at her bar main event. And Kelly said, well, you lied. Even Angela said that you lied. And she said, Porsha, girl, get your Go Naked models, please. And Porsha said, well, they handling business, okay? Then Kelly tried to bring up, they didn't show it on the Peacock version, but I remember Kelly in the Bravo version, she ended up bringing up Drew not having her kids, but she didn't really eat Drew up. She didn't really eat Drew up like she wanted to. You get what I'm saying? You couldn't have been taking him to breakfast, girl, because you didn't even take him to school. You don't even take them to school, but she didn't really give it to Drew the way that I wanted her. I wanted her to have Drew running about the couch. Okay? Kelli said, look, y'all love to make up issues. Angela asked Kelli, what is your issue with me? Kelli said, the issue is that you're being everyone's golden retriever. And Angela said, and you have new teeth and nowhere to sleep. You broke bitch. You broke bitch. She said, who's a broke bitch? She said, you. You moved into Shamea's house because you got evicted. You moved into Shamea's house because you got evicted. And you see, Kelli, baby, you're on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, baby. You are now somewhat of a public figure. You're not a celebrity. You're like a Z-list celebrity, but everybody know everything about you. You were evicted. And I told y'all she was evicted. You were evicted, and she was gagged. She was gagged. Then they went back and forth. Angela said, look, I stand on these 12s by myself. She said, you stand on them 2 inches. She said, baby, no, that's your money. That's 2 inches. And she said, are you big dog? Angela said, yes, baby, the Oakleys are up. You better get on the winning team. She said, but you was just driving a 2012 Purple Range Rover last season. She said, that was a 2020, bitch. Are you crazy?
No,
you know, bitch, are you crazy? And we know that you would know what a motherfucking 2020 was because you over here living in Shamea's house. Right? We know you don't know what's coming down the runway considering you sit around here in sketty straps. Right? We knew you would know. And see, this is the thing too. Everybody always be like, Angela, this is the way that Angela, the thing is the girls be hating on Angela so bad because they always like her stuff is rehearsed, her stuff is rehearsed. How would Angela be able, what I be seeing Angela do is return serve. Kelli brought up 2 inches. How could Angela already had in the tuck that her money is 2 inches when I didn't even know that the bitch was gonna say it? Just tell me that you hate when you hate. Just tell me that you hate and you hate. Y'all just hate that the girl got ate up. Y'all just hate when the girl got ate up. Okay? Kelli got ate up so bad she said she can't stop Andy. Make her stop. Make her stop.
You can't do that.
Baby Angela was on her ass so bad she told Andy, baby, make her stop. Andy, make her stop. Angela stumped all over Kelli. Angela stumped all over Kelli. All over her. Okay? Now, on the Peacock version, okay? Yes, Kelli said, no minds, baby. No more. No more, baby. That's what she should have told her daughter. Thank you for the super chat, Ring Loader. She said, Angela, the real MVP. She called her the standard of poverty. Yes, she is, baby. Thank you for the super chat, the Mellow reaction. He said, undone, unfit, uninterested, unhoused. Baby. Thank you for the super chat, baby. Okay? Andy said, well, Kelli, your accountant was looking at your finances and was against you moving into a new place. Did you move into a new one? Okay? Undone said, I did. I always had a new place, but I need to be out by a certain time frame. Right? I need to be out by a certain time frame, i.e. I got evicted. So I went to live with Shamea, so it worked out perfectly. Okay? Shamea said, look, she was totally against it. She was totally against it, baby. If she was totally against it, baby, she wouldn't have been over there at your motherfucking house. Who do y'all think y'all talking to? If Kelli was totally against going to Shamea's house, she would have never ended up at Shamea's house. If you didn't want to do it, you wouldn't have done it. You wouldn't have done it. Shamea and Kelli think that they can pull fast ones on us. I'm not slow, baby. I'm not slow. This is the plan that y'all came up with. Right? And the fact that she's saying that it worked out perfectly is crazy. You know that it worked out bad, but you're trying to stand on your decision. Okay? And Angela looked over there at Drew and said, baby, and she didn't even have to go to Shamea's house.
A dummy, bitch.
You're a dummy, bitch. The girls are even trying to help you. You didn't even have to go to Shamea's house. Do you know how bad that makes you look? It makes you look like that your mama, your grandmother, them failed. Girl, I would have been over there at, what's the boy name that worked with her? Malik. I would have been at Malik's house. I would have been anywhere except for Shamea's house. Anywhere except for Shamea's house. We saw Kenya over there in a motel with a white refrigerator. I would have been anywhere before I went and lived with another housewife. You know what I'm saying? Lamont, thank you, Mism. Because shit, next season, Shamea will probably ask you, can your oldest daughter hold one of her babies? Oh, please. Extended say someone, where does Nana live? It don't matter where Nana live. That's where we going, baby. It don't matter where Nana lives. We ain't staying in Shamea's house. Shamea is not a motherfucking option. Shamea's not an option. She's not an option, and she would never. Put a 9 in the chat if you understand. Put a 9 in the chat if you understand. Shamea was never being an option. It don't matter what Nana said. I wouldn't give a fuck if she was in New York. We going over to go live with Nana. We not living with no motherfucking Shamea. And I meant that. I meant that. Shit. We'll be under a bridge before we went over there with Shamea's. For the bitch that had that over me. Who? Okay. Andy said, why did you let Jarvis pay for $70,000 for the teeth? She said, look, I didn't come out of pocket. She knew that it was horrible. She already was defending it. She said, look, I didn't come out of pocket for it. It was an awesome and thoughtful gift. Andy said, being that you're going through financial hardship, not financial hardship. Andy said, being that you're going through financial hardship, how come you didn't make out a deal with the dentist and get the $40K on the back end? She said, well, who said that we didn't? See, you get to tell it on yourself. You get to tell it on yourself. So he didn't spend $70K. He didn't spend $70K. You was running around saying that he spent $70K so you could seem like you was that bitch. You were saying that he spent $70K on you and your mouth so you could make it seem like that you that bitch. No, what you should have said was that you got a job worth $70K for a discount, but he didn't actually pay $70K, right? Ain't nothing wrong with getting a discount, baby, but don't be out here pretending. Don't be out here pretending. Just like that you got a job from Phaedra done that was over $60,000 and you trying to say that you paid $10K for it, right? You didn't actually pay the $60K. He didn't actually pay the $7K for it. He got a discount, but you running around saying that he didn't pay no $70K, baby. He didn't pay us $70K. He went and got a deal. So again, it's giving more poor decisions. So it's giving Phaedra using you, Shamea using you, and Jarvis using you. He got a pet project around here. How in the hell you meet a bitch? How in the hell you meet a bitch, right? Within the first year you meet her, you got to get her some new teeth. What type of fix me up what type of fix me up is undone around here? To even date the, girl, your mouth ain't up the point, baby. Let me get you some new teeth. Let me get you some new teeth because your mouth ain't up the point.
She was snaggle too. Stringy hair and cotton skirt. This bitch is ugly.
This bitch is ugly.
Ugly. Ooh. Ugly.
Do you know how bad I would feel if you just a fixer-upper? You just a fixer-upper. The man met you not even 6 months, not even a year into the relationship. I got to get you some new teeth. Phaedra got to win a court case for you to get child support. Shamea got to house you. Just a fixer-upper. You just a fixer-upper. I would be embarrassed if a man I just met gotta fix me up. Girl, you on the show with your teeth like that? I can't let you go out like that, baby. I can't let you go out like that, baby. Okay? And it looked like he needed some work done himself. Yes, baby, because that gap in that mouth, baby, there was a serious gap he had in his mouth, baby, when they were sitting back there. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Thank you for the super chat, Feel Good 8846. Why not Jarvis house her or get him a hotel? But see, that's what I'm saying, Feel Good. Let me tell you something what I know about the whole game. See, some of the people like Gene, shout out to Gene, okay? Some of the people be a little slow and a little green. You know what I'm saying? But when you pay attention to the whole game and you know money, ain't no way that Jarvis paid $70,000 for her some teeth and she had to go and move in with Shamea. Ain't no way Jarvis paid $70,000 for her some teeth and she had to go and move in with Shamea. It don't even sound right. It don't even sound right. And all she needed was 2 weeks. All she needed was 2 weeks. That's nothing to a man if he balling like that. Is you balling? Is you balling? Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Thank you for the super chat, Blue Tech. But she said, I'm old enough to remember when Andy warned Kelly to not waste her money. How can we forget the dog wig and all the purses? Yes, but he kind of put a match under her and told her that she was spending bad last year. He asked her last year, girl, you went and got all this stuff for this dog. When are you gonna open your restaurant? She said, well, it's coming. It's coming. And it came and it closed. It came and it closed. Okay? So then Andy is not through with Undone. Andy is not through with Undone. Peacock version. Okay? He said, your confessional look with the t-shirt. Would you like to defend it? She said, no, I would not have to defend it. I was trending for 48 hours. And so Andy asked her, baby, was it trending for the right reason? She said, as long as it was trending, that's all that matters. No, baby. No, baby. That t-shirt that you wore at the confessional, baby, it was another poor decision. It was another poor decision. You wore that shirt. Let me tell you something. You wore that shirt because you're broke. Right? And then Shamea told her she's a fashion girl. Baby, she's not a fashion girl. She's not a fashion girl. When you wear a shirt like that, we're not supposed to know that you couldn't afford the motherfucking pants to go with it.
You broke bitch.
You broke bitch. On another girl, on Porsha, because she made a comment, the lady that couldn't wear a t-shirt and heels or bothered by it, ain't nobody bothered by it. If Porsha would have put on a t-shirt and heels, baby, it would have looked like a fashion moment. When you put on a t-shirt and heels, it looked like you can't afford no pants.
Broke bitch.
You broke bitch. You broke bitch. And the fact that Kelly thinks that she can wear something that anybody on this cast can't, and she's the most bad bitch person on the cast, is comical to me. Baby, Pinky can wear shit that you can't wear. Pinky can wear shit that you can't wear. It was another poor decision. It was another poor decision. Shamea said, you're a fashion girl. And Drew said, delusional. Delusional. Fashion wear. Fashion wear. Fashion wear. Ain't nothing about Kelly fashion. Nothing. Nothing. Okay? Ended up getting on Shamea and Kelly. Okay? He talked about Dallas. He said the cleanliness of the room was out of sync and control. Why not go to dinner to prove your point? Okay? We're not going to get into this again. I'm tired of it. Okay? Was the room filthy? Because Shamea said that the room was filthy. No, it was not. Did it need a deep clean? Yes. Deep clean for the slow people. And I said this before, if I have a white shirt and I waste, you know what I'm saying? I'm over there with my nephew and I got, you know what I'm saying? And I got some Chick-fil-A sauce. I went and bought Logan some Chick-fil-A sauce and I got some Chick-fil-A sauce on my motherfucking shirt, right? I try to get the Chick-fil-A sauce off my shirt, so I wash the shirt. But the Chick-fil-A sauce stay in the shirt, right? And it's stained, but I wash the shirt. The shirt is clean, but I need to take it to the cleaners to get a deep clean so the stain leaves the shirt, okay? So the room wasn't filthy. The room wasn't filthy. You know a filthy room when you enter. You don't necessarily know if a room needs a deep clean when you walk into the room. So the room was not filthy, okay? I don't give a fuck what y'all saying. Shamea and Kelly were on strike because they was in the outhouse.
I don't give a fuck what y'all saying. I don't give a fuck what y'all saying at all.
They were on strike because they was in the outhouse. They thought that they were being shaded. they felt like since they had one season under their belt, that K. Michelle and Pinky should have been out there, and they kind of touched on it, but they didn't have enough puss to stand in it or stand on it. And I can guarantee you, this was Shamea's lame ass idea because she wants to have everything that Porsha has. She wants to have everything that Porsha has, and she felt slighted that they were in the outhouse. And they really thought that they was doing something by going on strike, baby. Nobody cared. Nobody cared. Y'all didn't stop anything. Y'all ended up with egg on y'all face because without them being there, the show went on. The show went on, and shout out to Q, because at the end of the day, they ended up going to the other house and filming with the other girls anyway. Y'all ended up going to film with the other girls anyway. I wouldn't give a damn what happened at the other house. When you go on strike, I wouldn't give a damn if Pinky and Angela got the fist fighting down there. Right? You don't come to the scene if you're going on strike.
A dummy, bitch.
You're a dummy, bitch. If you're on strike, you don't come to the scene for nothing. I don't give a damn if Pinky and Angela would have got down there with scrapping. You're not supposed to show up because you didn't bathe. You're not supposed to show up because you didn't bathe. It made y'all look like losers to me.
Loser!
It made y'all look like losers. Because at the end of the day, y'all ended up filming anyway. Y'all ended up showing up to the scene anyway. So it couldn't have been as much. Y'all still was on camera looking dirty, dingy. I mean, Kelly used to it. Kelly used to it. But y'all ended up on the show still looking dingy. The plan didn't work. The plan didn't work. Whack. Whack. Thank you for the super chat. She said Shamea must have been Fashion Nova. Ringo Lotus, baby, Fashion Nova wouldn't have did that. Fashion Nova wouldn't have just gave Kelly a t-shirt. Baby, Fashion Nova wouldn't have gave somebody a t-shirt. Baby, somebody see Kelly in a t-shirt, they're going to say, that up. Cover that up. Ain't nobody trying to see that shit. Ain't nobody trying to see that shit. She thinks she giving sex kid. Baby, cover that up. Girl, cover that up. Okay? Ain't nobody trying to see ain't nobody trying to see Miss Juicy, baby. Thank you for the super chat. You say, oh, my TV Cynthia said, tears, you pee in a cup, hobby. You take showers at the local gas station because you're homeless. Now, what else is going on? That's what she should have said. Yes. She should have did that. Thank you for the super chat, Q. Thank you for the super chat, Dina. She said they didn't want to eat in the same clothes on the same property with the same women. Get the fuck out of here. Right. Y'all went over there anyway. Y'all went over there anyway. Y'all went over there anyway. And you know, if I'm Pinky, I would have been so motherfucking mad. I would have been big mad because y'all sent Pinky over there to fight y'all battles and she got ate up. And y'all ended up coming over there anyway. Because I'm Pinky, I would have said, what y'all doing over here? I thought y'all told me y'all wasn't coming. Well, shit, y'all could have came over here and fought y'allself. Okay? And while I'm at it, Shamea, and I'm not trying to body shame Shamea, the dress that you got on, it don't look good sitting down, baby. You had a little pudge in your stomach, and then it was like some black wires coming across the stomach or whatever. It looked like you was getting the ab etching. It looked like you was getting the little ab etching that we know that Porsha got. You know, she trying to be like Porsha. Anything Porsha do, here she go. Porsha got the abs cut on top of her fat. Here she go over here with us seeing the little stitching shit on top of her fat. Girl, please let it go. Okay. Shamea ended up asking the question to Cynthia. She said, at what point, this is how you know that Shamea is lame and whack. Okay. Shamea from Atlanta, Georgia has a question for Cynthia. She said, at what point did you figure that you didn't like Shamea? Cynthia said, look, I don't not like Shamea. We never had an issue outside the rooms in Dallas, and that's it, right? And that's the God's honest truth. Shamea said, well, Cynthia was my voice of reason last year when I was going through it, so I really appreciate you. She was a voice of reason last year, and you really appreciate her. Why did you send her that question? That was the question that you submitted, and you can't even stand on it. You can't even stand on the question that you sent in. You ended up agreeing with Cynthia. You ended up agreeing with Cynthia.
A dummy bitch.
You're a dummy bitch. And that's what I'm saying. Shamea be trying to play to the friend, to the fans. She be trying to play to Twitter. She's letting them put shit in her head that she can't even defend. Why would you send her that question? Why would you send her that question? Okay? Andy ended up asking Shamea an update on her IVF journey. Okay? Now, the woman went over there and told Shamea, I got a good feeling. God told me this is going to be a good feeling. I just want to give you that. I just know that this is going to be a good one. Okay? Shamea said that they made it a few days shy of the first trimester and the woman miscarried. Okay? Andy said, well, they try again. She said that she don't got no more embryos. Okay? Do I feel for Shamea? I do kind of feel bad for Shamea. But my thing with Shamea, she already got 2 kids. She already got 2 kids. You already got 2 daughters, Shamea. Love them. Love them. You get what I'm saying? I think that I would feel really, really bad for Shamea if they didn't have children and they kept trying. But baby, you got 2 daughters. Love on them. Love on them. Okay? The viewers asked, well, Andy said that the viewers are concerned if Gerald is putting pressure on Shamea to have these babies, be a baby making factory. She said that I put pressure on myself. She said that she feel like a failure because they talked about having a big family when they got married, before they got married, and she wanted to give him that. Okay. Now I wish Andy would have asked Porsha, how do you feel about Shamea's babies not making it? Right? That's what I want Andy to ask her, because anytime there's something going on with Porsha, he asked him, Shamea, how do you feel about Porsha? How do you feel about Porsha? You know what I'm saying? And I wanted him to ask Porsha there, because a bitch like me would have said, well, shit, I think that God was telling her stop at Shiloh, because after we had Shiloh, I ain't fucking with Shadina them no more. They done came over here and gave me Shiloh, and I don't know, you know what I'm saying? After I got Shiloh, I ain't fucking with it. I ain't fucking with it no more. Baby, I had Shiloh, baby, lock it up, we done. I'm sorry, Big G. I hear you. I'm sorry. Okay. I'm sorry, Big G. I'm sorry. I'm just saying that it could have been okay. I'm sorry, Big G. I'm just saying some stuff be a sign. Some stuff be a sign, child. We good, baby. We good. Okay. But I wish Andy would have asked Porsha that. I wish Andy would have asked her that. I do. Okay. So they take a break and they go backstage or whatever. And Kelli is talking to Jarvis. Okay. Kelli said that she was disappointed in Angela because she keeps on jumping in everybody's drama. You doing it too, Hobbit. You do it too. You're doing it too, Hobbit. You're doing it too. Okay? So is you. But my thing is, Kelli, she's hurt because she's getting ate up. She's getting ate up. Right? And so Jarvis said, maybe she's mad at you because you wanted to sizzle with Porsha and she just wants to join in. That's what he said. That's what he said. That's what he said. That's what he said. Okay? Now this is the thing that I don't like. Okay? When men have personality, the girls use it as a dig against a woman that they don't like, right? Because we can run around and say, if we really wanted to, because we know that Jarvis was joking, but we could run around if we really wanted to and say that Jarvis confirmed that Undone wanted to taste Porsha's platinum puss, right? Right? Because why would he say that? Right? Why would he say that? But we know that he's just joking. But when Charles jokes, right, and his delivery is more deadpan, he's serious and he don't like Angela and he can't stand her. No, he's joking. But some people deliver jokes, again, sometimes people deliver jokes every time what I'm saying is, okay, I was just telling one of my friends this the other day. In the game of comedy, there is a way, how and there's music, there's country music, R&B, rock, pop, stuff like that. There's different genres of comedy. Charles delivers his comedy and his jokes and stuff in a deadpan. So it's just, there's no emotion on his face. Kind of like Anthony Jeselnik. I believe it's. Do y'all know Anthony Jeselnik? That's how he pronounced. I believe that's how you pronounce his last name. He has more of a deadpan style of delivery. So when he's delivering his jokes, he's not really smiling. He's just looking straight faced, right? But when Charles joking, he don't like Angela, but this man can deliver it, right? There's slapstick, there's dry humor, etc. Right, dry humor, right. Okay. So Angela was talking to Charles. Okay, she said they always bringing you up, Kelly. Them always bringing you up. And Charles said that females should never put a man name in their mouth that they a real female, right? He said, but we'll see Shamea in the whole game running around like Barry Sanders. Okay, I'm telling y'all, I don't give a damn what y'all say, baby. Charles told Shamea that Charles told Shamea that their girl was down there messing with some Hawks players. I believe so. Okay. Rosa Post said, my husband has Charles Oakley humor. Can't be too sensitive to deal with folks with that dry humor. Right, that's how my daddy and them old school niggas be. That's how them old school niggas be. Okay? Then we get on Angela, okay? Andy asked her about her fans. She said she fixed the fans, okay? And she got fans for all of the ladies, okay? Andy asked her, did Charles give, this is the Peacock version, did Charles give her the 50K, half of the 50K that she asked for? She said that he gave her more than his half of the 50K, and he gives her more than enough to whatever she needs to do. And she said, because my husband is supportive. My husband is supportive. My husband shows up in scenes, right? We seen my husband in here cooking for our children, right? My husband has been at 2 reunions. My husband is supportive, and my husband supports me. My husband supports me. Okay? She said that things with her and Amari are great. Okay? She said that Amari's wife used to live with them. People are confused because Amari's wife used to live with them. Okay? But Amari's wife's family isn't receptive of Amari. Okay? Now I immediately thought, is it because she's black, or is it because they gay? They gay together. You know, that's what the Mexicans that I used to go to school with, they used to say gay together. I heard they gay together. Y'all gay together? That's what they used to say. I heard that they gay together. So is it because they gay together, or is it because Amari is black? And I'm surprised that Andy, as a gay man, didn't ask, is it because she black, or is it because they gay together? Okay. They talked about the siblings not knowing. She said that Yvonne knows. And Andy asks, why did you feel the need to pressure Amari to tell the siblings? And see, that's the stuff with Andy, is sometimes because he's a gay man, he can't take his feelings up out of it. I think that when it comes to gays, that sometimes, you know, some of the girls can be real sensitive, and it seems like you damned if you do and you damned if you don't. I feel like if Amari went and got her ass married and she had enough puss to go over there to get married to whoever she was getting married to, she should be able to tell the family about it, at least her brothers and sisters about it. Right? But it seems to me that Angela didn't want them to be told. That's what it seems to me. Okay? Angela says that Amari came out to her when she was 12 years old, and she went and got coming out cookies for Amari. Okay? That she went and got coming out cookies. Okay? Porsha said we're introducing this lifestyle to the group. We're introducing this lifestyle to the group. Girl, it seems like everybody in the group is dagging. It seems like everybody in the group is dagging except for Phaedra and Angela. Everybody in the group done dagged before. But that's what the girls do. They try to make it seem like that they trendsetters. Porsha, girl, you ain't started no. Porsha, you ain't the first lesbian that we done seen on the show before. Now, you probably the first woman that we done seen that can eat a bitch until she comes. We don't know about that, but you ain't the first lesbian, girl. Stop. Okay? Kelly ended up asking Porsha, did Angela go and get you some coming out cookies? She said, no, but Drew got me the cake. And Kelly said, well, she said that she went and got the cake for both of y'all. See, Kelly was trying to put that dig in over there on Drew, but see, Drew didn't have no comeback for the album. Okay? Cynthia said that she connected with Angela because they both have a gay daughter. Cynthia, we don't give a damn about Noelle. We don't give a damn about Noelle. And they showed the clip. Y'all asked me why I don't like Noelle. They showed a clip of Noelle saying that she met a couple of girls. Okay? Noelle said, baby, she met a couple Not one. She said that she met a couple of girls. She met a couple of girls that she thought would be cool in a relationship level. And so so Cynthia asked her, so you like guys and girls? And she said, yeah, and that's just what it is. That's just what it is. The fuck you mean it's just what it is? You get what I'm saying? Like, I feel like every time she on camera, she be trying to show Cynthia up. Like, what the fuck you mean? It is what it is. It is what it is. Cynthia wasn't even asking you in a way that was, for you to be like, well, it is what it is. And that's just what it is. That's just what it is. Girl, calm down. Shit. Cynthia said no matter what gender Noelle ends up with, she doesn't feel like that she needs to get married behind her back, and she prays that she doesn't go and get married behind her back, okay? Angela says that she feels like that Amari went and got married behind her back because she was too young and she planned her life. And Angela, I like you, baby, but let me tell you something, baby. You could plan her life, but you only could plan your life. You can plan your life. You can send her to the best schools. You can do everything that you want to do for her until she's 18. And to a certain extent, you can't really plan that. And to a certain extent, you can't even really plan that, right? But it ain't your life to plan, baby. You can help her and assist her, but it ain't your life to plan. Now, in my opinion, I understand how Angela feels, but I feel like a relationship is between two people. As long as there's no domestic violence, no physical violence, no mental and verbal abuse, I will be there for my child. I will ask them, are they sure this is your decision to make? And if you're sure, and I don't see no violence or abuse in a relationship, then I'm all in for it. You get what I'm saying? But, I get it. Angela, you just got to be cool with it. You just got to be cool with it, okay? Angela got a question from Pinky from Atlanta, okay? Pinky wanted to know, Angela, where's your receipts for Pinky's wife in the basement, okay? Angela said, listen, girl, I done heard that she was a bulldagger before or whatever, and I just heard that maybe a woman stayed over there longer than what she needed to say. And so Pinky said, where did you get that from? She said, well, where did you get that my husband don't like me from? And Pinky said, well, I was just hurling insults. And she said, exactly. Exactly. And so where is this burden of proof that Angela has to show when she do her reads, but nobody else got to have a burden of proof or defend what they saying? Right? Where's the burden of proof? Where's the proof? So Pinky can hurl insults just because she mad, right? Well, look him say, blow up spots on bitches because I'm mad. But all of a sudden, when Angela say something, she got to show receipts. Y'all done lost y'all mind. Thank you for the super chat, Jerry I. He said, you right, Gabor. R. Candy was the first passed around in Rug Muncher on RHOA. Was she? I don't think it was. Y'all don't like to get a white girls nothing, baby. The first carpet muncher that we saw and pass around on the Real Housewives of Atlanta that we saw, baby, was Kim Zolciak. Yes, baby. Yes, baby, because she was over there. Remember, Kim Zolciak was over there with DJ Tracy. They was laid up in the bed bulldagging in front of her motherfucking kids. Yes, they was.
Oh my God.
Yes, baby, y'all don't like to get a white girls nothing. Over here, we gonna be real and we gonna tell the truth, baby. Over here, we gonna tell the truth, baby. The first girl that brought bulldagging on the Real Housewives of Atlanta was Kim, baby. Over there with DJ Tracy, laid up over there with a woman in front of her kids, baby. Thank you, Papa. And then went over there with Big Mama. Oh yes, oh yes. Kim was just doing stuff. Look at George. Not you over here being an apologist. Yes, baby, she wasn't over there doing. Yeah, she was just over there doing stuff in front of her kids. Yeah, she was just over there doing stuff in front of her kids, baby. Mm-mm. Lexi Lane say Charles is at the reunion to support his wife. That's what a good husband do. That's what a good husband do. Okay. Then they showed a clip of Shamea getting into it with people. And it was a clip where Shamea said to Angela that she only became relevant because of her husband. Shamea, you only became relevant because of Porsha. You only became relevant because of Porsha. At least Angela did become relevant because of her husband. You came relevant because of Porsha. And so you still ain't really relevant to me because I don't, if I'm being, let me not do that. Okay. Shamea says that she feel like there was an alliance formed and the girls that called her a lap dog last year, all of a sudden became lap dogs this year. Okay. Shamea, you ain't, you lame, you whack, you reading comments online. And she keeps on mentioning alliances because that shows how she sees the group. That shows how she sees the group as she feel like they got alliances. Okay. Andy said, look, Shamea, you have beats with everybody on the cast. She said, look, I own it. With Drew, I defended somebody I shouldn't have defended. I'm sorry. Okay. She said, but nobody apologized to me, even with Angela. I thought that we were through. And Angela said, no, you didn't, because you said after the season last year that you thought that I set up my husband. And I seen you in a picture with the man. She said, I take pictures with everybody, and this is my first time hearing this. Bravo wrote the beautiful bean footage, and we saw Angela telling Shamea and showing her the picture of her with the man. Again, every time they show a flashback of Shamea, Shamea is lying. She's lying, okay? But what this tells me, I'm sorry, I don't care what y'all say, I believe now that Shamea and Undone set that man up to come over there to that event.
I don't give a fuck what y'all saying. I don't give a fuck what y'all saying at all.
I believe that Shamea and Kelly set that up. I believe that Shamea purposely missed it. She was going to set Kelly's event off with it, and Kelly knew about it, but she didn't set it up. I really do believe that. That is some shit, that whack-ass shit that Shamea will do. I believe that Shamea did that. I am convinced that they did it. I am convinced that Shamea, because I really do believe that Shamea did it now. And this is the thing with you, Shamea. You so dumb and you so motherfucking lame. I would have even put it together. I'm sure that you did it. But I wouldn't even put it together if we didn't see you in the picture with the man. When you set something up like that, you are not supposed to take a picture with that man ever. Pay the man his money, and you're never supposed to be caught around him again at all. At all. And you wanted to put it on Phaedra. Girl, I can't with it. Girl, okay? Angela from Atlanta sent a question to Shamea. And she asked Shamea, what is the biggest lie that you told on camera this season that you didn't think that you would get caught in? And Shamea said, look, I haven't been caught in no lies as big as yours. Not big as the lies you told. So you have been telling lies. So you have been telling lies, okay? And said, what lies have I told? She said, Hawks, Falcons, waiting on you to give me those names. So she said, girl, but you shut me up. She said, I didn't. She said, girl, you put $100,000 amount to it. Kelly said, not the baller don't got it. Kelly, she didn't say that she didn't have it, baby. She said that she didn't have it to give to Shamea. She didn't have it to give to Shamea. Just like you didn't have that 10K to get a Phaedra. Just like you didn't have that 10K to get a Phaedra. You gave it for appearances. She got the 100K, baby, but she don't got it to give to Shamea. Okay? Angela said, baby, listen, you sent the cease and desist. Cease and desist means to shut up. You shushed me up, so you don't want me to tell the names. Okay? Andy ended up asking Drew, why did you pretend that Terry surprised you with a horse? Drew says, pretend? What you mean pretend? I don't know that man. So, Drew, you want us to believe that he just so happened to be Jay-Z when you was trying to be Beyonce?
Bitch, you're lying.
Drew, stop playing with me. Drew, you knew that man, even if, and Drew is trying to say, well, I didn't know that he was going to be there. It was my girl. You would have fired your hairstylist if he is around here telling this man where you going to be, who you going to be dressed as, and he just so happened to be dressed like you, Drew. Stop it. Stop it. Your team set it up. You didn't do it directly, but your team set it up. I didn't know that he was going to do that. Y'all not sick enough with y'all lies for me. Your team did it, baby. Okay? Drew never paid the $2,200. Of course, those are her child support, baby, so she wasn't going to pay the $2,200. But Drew apologized, okay? Shamea said, look, I don't want your money. I don't want your money. I already know what you're going through. Your apology is enough. Drew, you should have took your ass backstage and got your phone out and sold that girl that $2,200, baby. Because, baby, she is going to bring it back up. She is going to bring it back up. Listen, you might as well have been Kelly, crying with a loaf of bread under your arm. Baby, give her the girl the $2,200. Get a girl the money, okay? Andy asked me, do she see herself fitting in the group next season? She said that she never put a battery in anybody back. She never confided in Kelly about anything in regards to her and Porsha. To me, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. Listen, you telling me that Kelly and Shamea are best friends. They built the relationship, but she and Slim Pig was in the club with K. Michelle talking shit about Porsha and Dirty Diana, but she never said anything to Kelly about Porsha after they just met K. Michelle this year? Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. Believe that if y'all want to. Say y'all green, baby. Y'all green. Just because Kelly haven't said anything about it on camera doesn't mean it didn't happen. I can guarantee you she did. Which is why Shamea felt so comfortable letting the girl stay in her house. Because she know the girl would not do her trust, okay? Porsha said that a friend told her that Shamea had gone out with her and another friend and they was talking about Porsha. I can guarantee you that friend was K. Michelle. That friend was K. Michelle. Okay? Shamea said, I never talked about Porsha. The whole couch over there said in unison, baby, that's not true. That's not true. Okay? Shamea tries to move on to when Andy said that Porsha has always wanted her on the show. And she tries to give a receipt that flopped. It was a text message saying, from Porsha saying it's going to be hard to go against you on the show, but I love you, so be your ass there. Let me read again. It's going to be hard to go against you on the show, but I love you, so be your ass there. Now, if you ask me, maybe I'm slow. Maybe I'm slow. To me, that was Porsha still giving Shamea her blessing. I love you, so be your ass there. That is still giving her blessing. Am I tripping? Am I tripping? But I love you, so be your ass there. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I'm tripping. That's okay. The one that say that's like a blessing there. Shamea is whack. Shamea, girl, only Shamea can come to the reunion with receipts and they still vindicate Porsha.
Loser!
You are a loser. What was the message supposed to prove? That Porsha didn't want her on the show. All she said it was going to be hard to go against you. Okay? But I'm going to still give you this, Shamea. I believe that two things could be true. I don't believe that Porsha probably wanted her on the show, but she probably still advocated for her when it comes to Andy. Right? I could not want something or want a space for myself, but if you tell me how much it means to you, that doesn't mean I'm going to try to stop you from doing it. I don't want you to do it, right? But that doesn't mean that I'm going to stop it. If you see it for yourself, okay, well then let me try to help you do it, but that doesn't mean that I don't want you to do it. I mean, that you know what I'm saying? Shamea, Shamea just want an issue with Porsha, it seems to me. Okay? They ended up talking about Shamea talking about Porsha behind her back. Porsha said that Shamea has been talking behind her back years ago, and Cynthia confirmed it. And it wasn't just last year. It was way back when Nene was on the show. Way back when Nene was on the show. So Shamea, I'm telling y'all, Shamea been an op. Thank you for the super chat, Dina. She said the Kingswood neighborhood in ATL area does not have a mandatory HOA. The paperwork was fake. Wow. Wow. Oh, Shamea. You got to be careful because the people look stuff up. That's how we knew that Kelly was evicted. Okay. So then they get back to Porsha and Shamea, and blowing up in Scotland. Okay. Now I don't know if y'all. I paid attention to the clip this time. Can we talk? I don't know if y'all seen it, but I caught it this time, baby. See, that's why I'm saying I love that they ended up showing the clips, because when you get more information, you don't want to go back to the episode. But when they showed the clip, you could see it again. Now, when they showed the flashback of Shamea saying what she said to Porsha about Dirty Diana trying to sleep with her snacker puss daddy, okay? Pinky looked shocked, but K. Michelle didn't. K. Michelle didn't. K. Michelle just looked at Shamea and said, "No, Shamea." And why did she say no, Shamea? Because she already knew. She already knew. Put a 5 in the chat if you caught it when they showed the clip. Pinky looked really like she was shocked that Shamea said that. K. Michelle wasn't shocked because she had already heard it. And so that's why her reaction was no, Shamea. Go back and watch. K. Michelle had already knew. K. Michelle had already knew. That's why I don't like no hoe like that. That's why you don't tell a bitch nothing. That's why you can't tell a bitch nothing. Because your mouth was supposed to drop like you ain't never heard it before. Your mouth was supposed to drop like you ain't never heard it before. You were supposed to, baby, you were supposed to be an Oscar award-winning actress. You were supposed to be an Oscar award-winning actress. K. Michelle already knew because Shamea and Slam Pig had told her that already down there at the club. When I'm at the club, everybody show me love. Okay. Yes. K. Michelle already knew. K. Michelle already knew. See, okay? You didn't get to talking about Porsha and Shamea, baby. Porsha made some power plays, baby. Porsha made some power plays. Porsha made some power moves, baby. Porsha said, "Look, I'm not speaking on my mom." And she also said in an E interview that she's not interested in her mama and Slam Pig hashing anything out on camera. Okay? Those are boss moves, baby. What she said was, baby, Slam Pig she will only get a moment if my mama is here. And my mama ain't gonna give it to her. That's what I heard. That's what I heard. She said that Slam Pig is only relevant if Dirty Diana give her a moment. And she will never be. She will never be. Baby, Slam Pig will not be the second coming of Mama Joyce. She will never be. Right? The same way that Porsha plays Shamea Dust all season. Right? The same way they're paying her dust. The same way Porsha played Shamea Dust all season. She couldn't take it and she needed a moment. So she ended up coming for her mama. And Porsha is telling her right now, baby, you won't get your moment here no more. You will never get another moment from me. Okay? Shamea said to her mama, she didn't show her mama the footage. Girl, stop playing. But baby, you didn't show your mama the footage, but I'm pretty sure your mama saw it. I'm pretty sure your mama saw it. You act like your mama is shallow or something. You got to get out a tablet or something and put it on and hold her eyes open. And you know what I'm saying? And you act like you got to do something so you could, your mama could see it if you wanted, if she really wanted to. But she said that her mama was saddened by what happened. You a lying bitch. Your mama wasn't happy, baby. I mean, your mama wasn't sad, baby. Your mama was happy. I already know. Okay? Andy said the first night in Scotland, we said that y'all said that y'all wasn't gonna bring up anybody kids. So why bring up Laura in Scotland? She said that when she was telling people that people was telling her that I said I would spend time with her daughter, Cynthia said I did. She said, but I didn't say it to be nasty. Girl, you were saying it to be nasty. You were saying it as a dig and you was trying to make it seem. Shamea, I don't understand why you all up Porsha's ass. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. You do not. Porsha act like that she can't. I mean, Shamea act like that she can't. She don't have no air if she not around Porsha and Pilar. As much shit as you talk about them, why do you want the girl around? Why do you want the girl around? Okay. Andy said, have the girls seen each other? Porsha said, baby, stop talking about my daughter. Let's stop talking about my daughter. Let's stop talking about my daughter. Right? Right? And while we at it, let's stop talking about my mama. Power moves. Power moves. Why? Because nobody cares about Slam Pig. Nobody cares about Shia. And nobody cares about Shallow. Nobody cares. They're only asking about your mama and the daughters in relation to Porsha. But when Porsha say stop talking about my mama and stop talking about my daughter, nobody give a damn about what's going on with Slam Pig, Shiloh, and Shia. Nobody cares. Y'all relevancy, right? She's trying to connect and tie herself and her family to Porsha's. And Porsha said, look, stop talking about my mom and stop talking about my daughters, right? So now ain't nobody worried about your people no more. Nobody, okay? Andy said, how has the breakup of the friendship affected your friendships with the other friends outside of the show? Porsha said it's almost like it didn't happen because I don't bring it up. Shamea said that she was told stuff that has been told about her, that Porsha had said about her over the years. Shamea, you saw what Porsha had been saying around you, about you over the years. You saw it and you stayed around. You saw it and you stayed around. Nobody needs to tell you anything because you saw it. Shawani is a Phaedra voice loser. Thank you for the super chat, Riri. Yes, she is. Yes, she is. Okay? Andy said, where do we go from here? Porsha said this season she wasn't closed off. She said, in Scotland, when my daughter and my mother was brought up, I said, this is a person who is not a true friend. This is a person who does not have your best interest at heart. And this is someone who was around for other reasons. And she was around for other reasons. And I told y'all that before. And she was around because she wanted to be on the show. She had to be on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Okay? Shamea said there was a lot of things that I swept under the rug because Porsha had, because Porsha had a peach. There was a lot of things that I swept under the rug, girl, and you wanted to take her down on her show, on the show that she was on. You waited for your opportunity, and as soon as you got your peach, you wanted to make her pay for it. That's what you did. Okay? Andy ended up asking, what is the one lesson that the women wanted to take away? It doesn't really matter, the lesson they want to take away. We are here to talk about Shanono. Okay? Shalane. Baby, Shamea got up after she sent that question to Cynthia. Baby, she got up and went and hugged Cynthia. Then she said, while I'm over here, she went and hugged Angela, Drew, and Phaedra.
Wow.
It can be.
Really?
Went and hugged everybody. And she was also, she's so whack and she's so lame. And it was so passive aggressive because she didn't hug Porsha. But it doesn't even look like that Porsha gave a damn. It don't even look like Porsha gave a damn. Okay? Andy said he wants the girls to be able to start the season in a good place, not a bad place. Okay? So, baby, they already in a bad place from what K. Michelle them over there doing. Thank you for the super chat, Riri. She said, I would have tripped Ship Flop if I was Drew. Get your hands off of me, bitch. Get your fucking hands off of me, bitch! Who said that? Keep your fucking hands off of me, bitch! Okay? Porsha said this is the most fun that she has ever had this season. And we got what we need right here. This is the sauce right here. And this is we got what we need. Okay? Andy said that he had fun at this reunion like they used to do back in the day. Okay? And yes, it was weird. Yes, it was weird. Angela didn't want to hug her. I wouldn't have held her. I wouldn't have hugged her. I would say, I'm not really, please give me my personal space. Give me my personal space. Please. Please, I can't do this with you right now. Just go ahead, girl. Girl, gone. Girl, gone. I don't want to smell. Girl, I'm going to say, go back up, girl. I don't want to smell the house pills on your breath. Thank you for the super chat, YDKL0819. She said Angela definitely didn't want to hug her. She shouldn't have hugged her. She shouldn't have hugged her. I'm going to tell Andy, we need to make sure that everybody is sitting in their seats. I want to make sure that everybody is sitting in their seats. You know what I'm saying? Go hug your daughters and tell them that you're happy that they're here. Go hug your kids and tell them that you're happy that they're here. Mommy. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. And y'all, that was the episode. That was the episode. Right, stay seated. In the words of Elite, you got out your motherfucking seat. Okay? And y'all, that was the episode. Okay? Again, I'm gonna give the season an 8.5. I'm gonna give it an Anna Marie. It was okay. It was okay. It wasn't great, but it was better than last season. Okay? You know, I do appreciate the girls like Kelly that's telling. I wish that she would live more in her truth or whatever. But you know, I feel like that we had we never seen a housewife as lower than we seen Kelly this season. Now she has set a new standard on the show. Even Pinky going through a bankruptcy, we ain't never seen nobody that low. Okay? But y'all, that's all I got right now, y'all. You know, this is a wrap. I'm probably going to go live next week for the Ultimate Girls Trip because they will be in Atlanta, darling. Okay? Thank you for the super chat, Riri. She said, did you touch on Undone's coupon code for the AliExpress shirts? Thank you for the super chat, Riri. I've seen a clip. I mean, something of her trying to sell those shirts. Child. Girl. Wasn't the code loser? And I think that she was saying that toward, thank you, Velda Sorrentino. I think it said the code was loser, and that was towards Drew. But she's the biggest loser on the stage. She's the biggest loser on the stage. And that's what I'm saying, girl. Baby, let me give you one, Kelly. Let me give you one. The discount code, first of all, baby, you shouldn't be no discount, baby. You trying to get up out of Shamea's house, baby. You know what I'm saying? You trying to get your daughter a car. You know what I'm saying? You said that you spent over $2,000 on weave on your kids and stuff a month. The discount code for if we were gonna shade Drew with losers, the discount code should have been repo. The discount code should have been repo because her kids got repoed, right? Her kids got repoed. Thank you for the super chat, Tango 55. She said, thank you for an amazing season review, Gabor. You are hilarious. You truly make people think. Oh, thank you so much, Tango 55. And I forgot to tell y'all, too, thank you for reminding me. Well, you didn't remind me, but it made me think of this real quick. Did y'all hear when Kelly tried to go at Drew about not having her kids, and Angela said, we talking about the kids? You want to talk about the kids? Did y'all hear Angela say that? Put a 3 in the chat, baby. Angela was all on Kelly's ass, baby. Angela was all on Kelly's ass, baby. She was all over that ass. Did y'all see her say, are we talking about the kids? Because she was getting ready to go. She was getting ready to go there with the kids, baby. She was getting ready to go there with the kids, baby. I said, baby. Yeah, we talking about the kids. Let's go. Let's go. All right. But thank y'all for being here, y'all. I really appreciate the love and support. And I will see y'all later. Adios.
Call daddy, tell him 25 got it. Call daddy, tell him 25 got it. Call daddy, tell him 25